Hey guys, it's William here. Give me a one if you can hear me in the chat. I want to wait a little bit for everybody to get in here. I'm going to show you this really cool, kick-ass tool I've been kind of quietly working on with somebody. And it's going to be coming out in the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. So wanted to give y'all first dibs so y'all could see it. It is the Story Prospector. It is a black hat, if you will, sales outreach tool that you could use to reach all those people that look at your stories. Awesome. Glad you can hear me, Facebook user. Make sure to comment below. Would love having you guys on. I haven't been live in like months. So we're going to go ahead and do this real quick. But let me go ahead and get everything set up. And that way you could see everything. Because I know a couple of you guys have been asking, what the hell is Facebook Prospector? What is it? What's the Stories Prospector? How can I use it? All that. So we wanted to go live and show that to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and send out an email real quick while you guys are waiting here. If you have any questions regarding local SEO, GMB SEO, prospecting, sales, the agency war room, GMB Pros, anything. By the way, GMB Pros, we're going to be starting that back up in July. So I know a couple of you guys have been like, when are you starting back up, William? You've been going through a little bit of hustle and bustle, if you will. But let me go ahead and send out this email regarding Facebook Prospector. We are now live, so we want to get this out to everybody. But let's see here. Drop your questions. Good to see you too, Facebook user. Let me get this sent out for everybody. Well, like I said, if you got questions, go ahead and just drop it below and I will answer them. But we are live, and I know some of y'all I haven't seen in a long time, but kind of needed a break, if you will, from everything. Basically, that's what I've been doing, is just taking a little break. Kind of needed a break. So, but we're going over everything regarding Facebook prospecting. So let's go ahead and get this real quick. So just stick with me. I'm about to send out this email, okay? William is now live on YouTube. Watch now. How's y'all guys been doing? I haven't seen a lot of you in a while, so what y'all been up to? Anything new? Talk to me while I get this set up so I can drop this over, okay? Watch live. Excuse me. I woke up, had coffee. Anytime I do that, my throat is like, oh no, don't. But I woke up, had coffee. Anytime I do that, my throat, So let's see real quick. All right, sending this out. All right, do YouTube Shorts help SEO rankings? Yes. Just depends, honestly, on I have a couple of videos on that, on Shorts and YouTube rankings. I can rank almost anything, quite honestly, when it comes to YouTube. YouTube is something I've studied quite extensively as far as rankings and stuff. So, Sending out this email. We'll be ready to go. Yeah, Multiply says all been about follow-up, taking care of existing clients lately with Multiply going big. What's been up with my world? We launched Agency War Room. We're helping agencies scale. We got some, there's just so much going on right now, quite honestly. Hired about 28 new people, 14 lead generation people, launching a bunch of software. Just things going crazy through the roof. So white label versus building your own team for SEO, your thoughts. My thoughts are, if you try to build your own team, you better have someone that you can work with that has done it before, has made mistakes, and can tell you what not to do versus what to do. I've fortunately and unfortunately had the privilege of making mistakes and screwing up as well. So, but if it was me and I would do it all over again, outsource it. I moved to the Philippines via Capital World, so I have benefits that a lot of you will never have unless you move to the Philippines. So Dropship Rocket. Let me get the hat, bro. I got like, you can't even see them all. I got like 30 hats. You only see a couple on the wall up here. I got all types of hats. I almost collect hats like I collect motorbikes, so or motorcycles. You don't really need to focus on advanced schema for local SEO. We got a plug-in. We're going to be crack-a-lacking listing that thing out really soon, too, on an update. If you're a GMB Pro, you get it for free. All right? GMB Pros, I get it. If you're inside GMB Pros and it's an advanced schema plugin for WordPress, and all you do is install it, put in the information, and it does all the schema for you. Hey, Bill, speaking of agency and outsourcing. All right, let me go ahead and show you guys this cool freaking tool, okay? So I know a lot of you guys, let's go ahead and minimize myself. You know what stories are, right? So you go to your stories and you can add to your story and everything. And you see all these stories that people pop. There'll be polls. You could do stuff with music. You can put questions. You get all this engagement, right? But then what are you doing? You got all these things, right? All these questions, all these polls. Are you an agency owner? Yes, no. Things you've probably been seeing lately, right? Do you use SEO? Answer this. All these questions. So how many of you here are actually using Facebook stories? Give me a comment below if you are. And even if you're not, why aren't you? Are you like insane or something? Facebook user, I'll talk that in a minute, but post questions, polls, things going on in my life at the time, things happening, goofy shit, like this. Facebook stories, prospect are using Facebook stories. Go answer this one in my stories even, right? So how many of you are actually using it? Right? Why is Rank Fortress better than Dash Clicks? Easy. I actually live here in the Philippines and I source my own VAs, and I have 20 plus years of experience with SEO and actually running an agency. So that would be why. On top of it, I have another tool that the Agency War Room people get. And I also sell that on the side, which is the SOP tool. Okay. I'll talk about the SOP tool in another one. SOP tool would be all of my SOPs, right, on a website. And I currently got like about 190 of them. This is another thing I've been working on, right? So this sells right now for $497 a year. It is a subscription basis and it covers everything. You can look up, all right, how to do link building, right? How to do email outreach, how to do SEO, how to do WordPress. I mean, everything you can possibly think of, right, is inside of that system. But let's go ahead and get back to Stories Prospector. So Stories Prospector essentially allows you to outreach to the people that have been engaging with your stories. And this is something that we definitely want to utilize. And if you're not utilizing it, I pretty think you're insane. Right now, I have the deal where I'm selling it for $17 a month. Once it hits and it's actually live in a couple more weeks, about 2 to 3 more weeks, if that, it's going to be around $47 a month. If you don't have this tool, what it essentially does is it automatically, once I sets it up, and I'll show you, sends out messages as such. Right? What's up, Tiffany? Have you ever tried outsourcing your SEO and web design needs? If you have not, you might want to try it. Blah, blah, blah. What happens? She comes back at me and she's interested in maybe outsourcing. So I drop and I have a call with her. This guy, same thing. This all happened within the past night. Okay. So all of these different ones in here where you see hot prospects, labeled hot prospects, these are all from running it just last night. Okay. I picked up, this guy's wanting to outsource. I haven't even answered these. These have just been while I've been on the live with you guys. Okay. So what does it do? How do you set it up? So let me go into my extensions real quick, manage my extensions, Stories Prospector, turn that thing on. I go into Stories Prospector. All you're literally going to do is pin it. Once you've installed it, you pin it. It's just like any other Google Chrome extension. Once I've pinned it, I can log in. I'll log in with my username and password. What it's going to do once I hit sync and everything is it's going to pull all my stories. Once it pulls all my stories, it's then going to show, okay, I'll show you. It will show how many people have seen your story, how many people have engaged with your story, how many people have commented on your story, etc. We're going to then take that information and I can create segmented messages to send out to all these different people. I can send different messages for different stories. Like one could be about white label SEO. One could be about agency war room. One could be about GMB pros. Just for example, let's take this one, right? One reaction, 89, none of the above. In other words, 89 people saw it, don't know what to do with it. So what are we going to do? We're going to send them a message, right? We choose what we want to do and we hit save. But let's say on the setup, when we actually set this up, right? We go over here to settings with the cog wheel and I set up message segments, message groups. Essentially, what's up? What's their first name? Your pitch, if you will. Have you ever tried outsourcing? You might want to try it. If you haven't, it's going to save you some heartache. And then what's your call to action? And then I create the message group. I can do repetitively as many of these as I want. And for each story, I could choose, let's say this one's for SEO, and I could choose down here, well, this one's going to be SEO. And then I could choose, okay, this one's white label. And this one is going to be GMB pros, whatever I may want. And let's say you got all these different that are seeing your stories. And as up till today, you've done absolutely nothing with them and just been wasting your time posting on those stories, and people see your shit, but you're not following up with them. You're not doing any, if you will, lead nurturing, and you're not generating any traffic to your business, to your calendar, and you're not getting on your calendar booked. And if you're not getting your calendar booked, that means your business is going to ultimately die. So what we have to do is we have to get, number one thing is dealing with your current clients. That's the number one thing that most people fuck up on. And number two is getting more business. All right. And this tool automates that process for you. Okay. You can even use this. Let's say you got books that are currently on your, Facebook friends list, and you post something and they get engaged with it. and you could send them a message. Hey, can I help you with anything? Blah, 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 whatever it may be, whatever your message may be. Hey, get your free gift. Hey, comment below and get this. Hey, here's a free ebook. But whatever you're doing, you're trying to get your content in front of them, get them engaged, and then on top of it, get them coming into your calendar booked so you can then turn them into paying clients and customers. So if you have any questions regarding what the Facebook prospector is, comment below whether you saw this on YouTube, in my Facebook groups, or my personal Facebook wall, and I'll get back to you. I'll do another video on the SOP system because I see some of you asking lots of it. Okay. What is it? Facebook user, lots of family. Let's see. Lots of family, not a big following, seeing my story at the time. Okay. What's not a big following? I mean, even if you get 10, 20, 30 people and you post a bunch of stories, well, guess what? All these people just saw your story. Even if it's 30 people, if you signed up one person out of those 30, that's worth it, right? It's not a matter about how many people are currently seeing it. It's a matter of, okay, getting your content out there. For example, most people don't even post on LinkedIn, and 90-something% of the people on LinkedIn don't post. And LinkedIn is a gold mine that most people are missing on. Why? Because they don't post content because they think, oh, I don't have an audience. Well, guess what? You're not going to have an audience as long as you're not posting content. So get out there and start posting some content. Dropship Rocket, got a GMB that was all in green, but lost the number because of the company. Got acquired on CallRail, changed the number. Yep. Message me on Facebook and I'll talk to you about that Dropship Rocket. But if there's not any other questions regarding the Facebook Stories Prospector, let me know. I will be back on here on another day, but for now, we'll go ahead and get off here. But appreciate you guys, and we're just trying to do our best to help you out, get some new business, help your current clients. But you're going to want to check this out. If you don't know where to check it out, all you do is, if you will, go to rankfortress.com. I'm going to show you guys this. You go to SEO services. You go to SEO services right here on rankfortress.com. Go to SEO services. And then once you go to SEO services, go to Black Hat Sales Tricks. Right now, it's $17 a month. It will be launched in about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe sooner. Here is the full description, what it does, everything. You literally are turning your stories into daily new leads. You are literally capturing missed traffic. The number one key is capturing traffic that you don't own, turn it into traffic you do own. It records your analytics from your stories. I mean, there's just so much that it actually does, and it creates a database of all your stories. So if you're using stories, your stories disappear after 24 hours. With this, it actually creates an entire database of all your stories, right? So I can always see all my stories in here. I can get all my analytics and everything off of here, right? I can see what has happened, what type of reactions, how many messages were delivered. So it's delivered out of 180, 110 already, right? So this tool, you're going to want it because in about 2 to 3 weeks, this price, I'm going to put it up to about $47 a month. So you're not going to want to miss it. If you have any questions, PM me on Facebook. You guys know where I'm at. Just PM me over here at William, or come into the GMB Pros group, or come into the Google My Business Tips group. You can ask anywhere and I will gladly answer them. I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day and be blessed.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm stealing their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents. You think you're an SEO god, but you're an SEO fraud. Guess I'm the SEO devil, shouting fuck the SEO guys. White hat SEO doesn't make sense, going with the goody goodies. Up in heaven dressed in white, I like black Tims, I like black hoodies. Fake SEOs up there probably have me on some real strict shit. No sleeping all day. Getting my dick licked, hanging out with the goody two shoes, lounging in paradise, whole shit. Fuck that shit, I wanna use CT, y'all, and get some green geo grids. Homie, we get it.